Baby, Jeremiah is tired of Huda. He's not putting up with her shit anymore. Y'all, are mom and dad breaking up? Oh no!
Kay Unscripted, no teens restricted. In this journey, watch our stories unfold.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Oh my god, me see my last. Oh my god, sorry y'all. That means I am tired. I am tired, but I'm here to do another recap for y'all on Love Island season 7, and we're now on episode 8. If you're here for the first time, hi, welcome. It's so nice to have you. I'm Kay, and if you're a returning subscriber, hey y'all, what's up? Now, before we get into this recap, please take a moment and like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe because y'all, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and y'all have been doing so amazing thus far. So let's come on in, let's build this community together and let's get into this recap. The episode left off with Ace and Amaya having this explosive conversation where she called him a player and told him this is not Friends Island. And so now he's having a conversation with Nick, and Nick's telling him, well, everybody kind of heard what was going down between y'all, and he's like, that's not cute. That doesn't make me want to rub your feet. That doesn't make me want to connect with you. She then has a chat with Hannah, and she's talking about the conversation she also had with Ace, and she's saying, okay, he's saying he just wants to be friends, but Ace is still my number one. Hey, girl, what is going on? Are you okay in your head? Are you Delulu too? Did Bella leave some Delulu in the place? Because I don't get it. How is he still your number one? The man literally doesn't want to be with you, and he only told you he wants to be friends to be nice. He's being nice at this point. Jeremiah has a conversation with Andrea, and he's talking about her letting him know that she's a mom. He's saying that logically he never saw himself being with a woman who had a kid because he does want to be the first of everything in a relationship, and that's fair. Saying that when Huda told him about her having a baby, that didn't change anything about the way he feels about her because he still likes her. But I feel like more and more he's starting to process what this really means, because he's saying, okay, when I see the child, maybe things will feel different when we get out of here, but then you're also going to have to deal with the baby daddy. And as much as Huda said that she has a good co-parenting relationship with her daughter's father, they're now on national television. That brings a whole lot of mess. And from what we're hearing, Huda's baby daddy is already on the internet talking. So it's about to be a whole mess. Andrea said that she made a decision to not be in a relationship with someone who has a child. And she explains to Jeremiah that, listen, they come as a package. A lot of times, the co-parenting relationship can be messy. Now, we know that there's a stigma attached to persons who have a relationship with the child's father or the child's mother. Everyone has their preference, and that's fine. But I feel like Jeremiah needs to be honest about how he's feeling, because I don't think he really wants that responsibility placed on him, and he needs to be really honest with how he's feeling. And it's okay, but I feel like at this point, because he and Huda have been so tight from the beginning, and it's going to look bad if he now decides that he doesn't want to continue to pursue a relationship with her. This is a conversation that they do need to have. Austin pushed Chelley for a chat, and he's basically telling Chelley that he doesn't feel comfortable with the relationship that she and Ace has, and every time he sees Ace pulling her for a conversation, that makes him feel weird. Now he's saying that he likes her so much. I don't know, I'm not feeling it, but at the same time, she should be having conversations with you and any other guy in the villa. That's what she came for, to explore her connection. I understand it may make him a little bit jealous, and I appreciate the fact that he was honest with her and let her know that this is how he's feeling. You know, I don't see the big deal. He tells her that she needs to figure it out because he doesn't want to get hurt and later down the line to feel like, what if? And so Chelley's saying that she's going to figure it out, and she does like him. She does like the conversations. Huda and Jeremiah are having a conversation. Now, remember earlier she was asking him if they're closed off, and he was saying no, and he was saying there's not a chance that maybe somebody else would turn his head and all of that. So she feels some type of way about it, and she's bringing it up to him again, asking him if he wants to pursue other connections. And he's saying, I don't know, no, yes, it's just a lot. We're just 7 days in, and if we had some more time, and you were asking me at that point, then yes. Now, I kind of feel like Huda is kind of pressuring Jeremiah to make a decision, and the thing is, either y'all are open and getting to know other people in the villa, or y'all are closed off and only getting to know each other. Now, it's giving that Jeremiah does want to explore other connections. He may be attracted to somebody else in the villa, but he's not able to explore it further than a friendship. He's telling her that he's not saying that if somebody else comes in that he will not be attracted to them. And so Huda's like, well, should I talk to other people when they come in? And he's like, how do you bring that up? Dude, you just said that you technically want to explore your connection, so why are you being that way towards her? She's like, okay, well, it's great. And he starts getting irritated the hell we've heard her, and she's like, do you want to shower together, trying to take his mind off from what she just said that irritated the shit out of him. And I don't like how she's trying to be all sexual, trying to change his thoughts, because this man feels suffocated. He needs some space, he needs some time away from her, he needs something new. Now, whenever the guys are together, they spill more tea than the girls. So Taylor is telling the guys that the physical part is not there with Olandria, but dude, you literally just kissed her. So I'm starting to feel like he is not attracted to Olandria, and he doesn't know how to tell her that. Love Island, please send a guy for Olandria. She needs a real man too, because I'm getting sick and tired of these guys playing in these girls' faces. If you're not attracted to her, please let her know. Baby, Amaya asked Ace if you're gonna give me a hug before bed. And Ace said no. Oh God. So it's the next morning, and Chelley decides to make breakfast for Austin. So she heads downstairs and she starts preparing breakfast for Austin. And while she's doing that, here comes Ace walking up to her, asking her to get ready because he has something planned for her. So in the background, he was planning a yoga date. Turns out it's for Chelley. So she heads upstairs to get dressed. And here comes Amaya telling her, oh, Chelley, I really needed to talk to you, by the way, because I need to know what's going on between you and Ace, because you are one of the girls that I vented to about how things are rocky between us, and y'all have something going on, and now I'm starting to question if you were just taking information or if you're really being genuine. So Chelley's trying to explain herself, and here comes Amaya. She keeps cutting her off, and she's saying, oh, this is giving messy. And Chelley's telling her, look, girl, my connection is with Austin, and I'm trying to explore my connection with him as well. Baby, Amaya is going in. She's not letting Chelley get one word in. And if I was Chelley, I would have been done with that conversation, because, girl, you talk too much. Let her say what she needs to say. Meanwhile, it seems like Ace is downstairs and he's overhearing the conversation that's happening because Amaya and her mouth is so loud. Amaya is like, you can have him. Go fly off to the sunset with him. Now, what she's really upset about is the fact that Ace set boundaries with her. And remember the night before, she asked him for a hug and he said no, but he ended up hugging Chelley goodnight. So that's what she's really pissed about, because she was just telling Hannah that Ace is still her number one, in spite of the fact that he's made it abundantly clear to her that he just wants to be her friend. So that's what she's really pissed about. You should be mad at Ace, not Chelley. Olandria heads downstairs and Ace is like, girl, what's going on? And so Olandria tells him, you need to be abundantly clear with your connections, because it's kind of coming off that somebody's being sneaky. So Ace is like, damn. And he's like, what's going on? And she says, well, things got heated between your current connection and Chelley. Now he's like, I just planned this whole date for Chelley. Should I just cancel it? And Olandria tells him yes. So whatever is planned, it backfired on him. Chelley's having breakfast with Austin and Jeremiah, and she's just pretty much filling them in on what went down between she and Amaya because of Ace. And Austin is obviously happy because The yoga date didn't happen again, and that gets him more of a chance to be around Chelley. Ace now pulls Amaya for a chat on the dock and he's telling her, this is how this conversation is going to go. I'm going to listen to you. I'm not going to cut you off. Neither should you. I'm going to do the same for you. So go ahead and tell me how you're feeling. So she says, last night we had a conversation about boundaries and I said I'm going to respect your boundaries and I want to still learn you and get to know you and to see how Ace really functions. And so he's like, okay, we did agree that we're going to be friends and we were going to be cool. But then when I head to bed now, Amaya is saying, I see you hugging Chelley. And never once have you even mentioned that the girl was Chelley. You've never said who the person actually is. Now, if I can remember earlier, she said that Ace told her that he had a connection with Chelley. So I'm a little bit confused. Baby, Ace looked like he was fuming. He was pissed and he's like, girl, I told you from the jump that I had a connection with Chelley. And Amaya is going in. She's cutting him off. She's like, I told you. And I'm just like, girl, why are you doing all of that? You need to chill. Amaya, relax, please. Now, Ace is like, girl, you're using your hands and you're all in my face and all of that. I'm going to be very clear with you. At this point, I do not want to explore anything else with you. So how about you go and explore your connections with the house? She's like, I don't want to explore anything with you too. Now, hear me out, y'all. If it was a guy who was speaking that way to a female, everybody would have been pissed and saying the most about him. Let's keep that same energy with Amaya because she was absolutely doing the most in this scene. Austin is in the sauna with Charlie and he's filling him in on what just went down with Ace, Chelley, and Amaya. And Austin is saying that everything kind of worked out in his favor because now he can really get to pursue Chelley the way he wants to. He just doesn't like the drama that is surrounded around Chelley. And so Charlie's telling him, bro, you need to step up. You need to start doing things with her so that she can see that you're different because you are. So it's kind of giving that the guys do not like, well, at least some of them do not like Ace, and they're kind of giving Austin some encouragement to pursue Chelley a little bit more. Now, I don't know what they're seeing, but I'm really not seeing the connection between Chelley and Austin. Maybe over time, because she spent so much time with him, she has grown to like him, but I do not see a romantic connection between them. Jeremiah is venting to Nick and he's telling Nick that today is the first time he's felt like he just cannot do it anymore. Baby, is he getting tired of Huda? Jeremiah said he's sick and tired of Huda and her treating him like he is her child. She keeps speaking to him like he's a baby, making certain remarks to him like she's patting him on the back, and he's sick and tired of it. He said he needs to check her on that, and if not, then he's out. Now, am I surprised? Absolutely not. Austin pulls Chelley for a yoga sesh, and he's showing her different kinds of poses that they can do. He's explaining it to her. Now, how many yoga sessions does he need to have? So when they're done with their yoga sesh, here comes Ace walking up to Chelley. He wants to have a chat with her. And baby, Austin was pissed. He's like, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What you coming and do here? So Ace has finally made up his mind that he wants to explore his connection more with Chelley. He wants to spend more time with her. So they head upstairs to have a little chat, and he's telling her that he really wants to spend more time with her. Chelley is clearly into it, but she's like, I'm coupled up with Austin and this is about to stress me out. Ace then tells Chelley that he had a conversation with Amaya and he pretty much just ended things with Amaya, and he feels bad that she had to be brought into the mix of it because he doesn't want her to feel any type of way or to be the cause for her feeling any type of way. She then tells him that she really wants to get to know the real Ace, like she wants to get to the core of who he really is. She says that she feels like he has a wall up, and he says no, he doesn't have any wall up with her. Now at this point, do I feel like I still like Ace and Chelley exploring the connection? Okay, yeah, but I don't feel like Ace is the one for Chelley at this point because he's been playing in our girl's face for the longest while. Like, you should have made up your mind a long time ago, not with all that Amaya mess going down for you to now realize that you really want to spend more time with Chelley. Like, what has been keeping you from doing that from the beginning? Now, I don't think Austin stands a chance when it comes to Chelley. I feel like she's really feeling Ace more, and she's just been waiting for Ace to get his act together and to pursue her. Now, let's see if Ace is going to keep his word. So it's evening time, and the guys and the girls are getting ready. Austin gets a text. All of the guys, they run over to the girls' dressing room and he reads out the text, which says, Islanders, it's time to speak your truth in tonight's game, pucker or pie. Ooh, baby, it's about to be messy, and we're here for the mess. So here's how the game goes down. Each Islander must pick a card, and they're going to read it. Then they're going to spin a coin around. If it lands on the pie, you get to pie the person that you pick. If it lands on pucker, you get to kiss the person on the lips. So here's how the game went down. Orlandria gets a pie in the face from Nick for being the best kisser other than his partner in the villa. Austin gets a pie from Hannah for being the most basic in the bedroom. Ace gets a pie from Chelley for being the Islander who regrets being with the couple the most. Chelley then gets a pie from Taylor for being the Islander who would be the craziest in the bedroom. And we know he only picked Chelley because she's been with women. Alright, Sierra kissed Ace for being the Islander who's here for clout versus love. Jeremiah then kissed Huda for being the Islander who's most high maintenance. Baby, it was the remarks that he made about her always saying something slick, and that to me came off as a jab, and you can tell he really wanted to pie her in the face. Jeremiah is tired. So Orlandria kissed Jeremiah for being the Islander who would most likely fake the relationship to make it to the final. And baby, he gave her a little peck. We know Huda has him on a tight leash and she crashes out anytime he kisses someone for a challenge. So he went with a peck. Amaya then kissed Nick for being the Islander who's the most boring, and he done dipped Amaya and all. He's like, oh, I'm boring? Well, I'm about to show you who's boring. Now you can tell he's been waiting his entire life to do that, okay? Charlie pied Amaya for being the most flirtatious, and baby, he's like, Amira. Who the hell is Amira? Charlie, get it together. Y'all, these questions were getting messier and messier. Ace gets a pie from Huda for being the Islander who's secretly waiting for someone better to walk in. And I was confused when she chose Ace because who she should have really picked was Jeremiah, because he's been saying that there's a possibility that his head can turn if someone else comes into the villa. Now, did y'all see the way she threw that pie in Ace's face? It came off like it was real personal. But no worries, Ace. You can go next, pick her, and make sure you put it on pie so you can do her like she did you. Nick then kissed Austin for being the Islander who gives Big D energy. Taylor kissed Amaya for being the Islander that's trying too hard. He got that one on point. Sierra kissed Chelley for being the Islander that gives off red flags, and I was confused about that, but she only picked Chelley because she wanted to kiss her. That was really lame. You should have picked the person you really wanted to pick. But anyways, Ace kissed Chelley for being the Islander who has the nicest smile, and baby, Ace took it up a notch. Whew, that was one hell of a kiss. Austin was jealous. He was mad because he went up next and he picks Hannah as the Islander who would most likely cheat outside of the villa. He got a pie, right, for Hannah, but he ended up kissing Hannah. And he's like, oh, Chelley, you gave Ace this steamy kiss, so I'm about to show you that I can do it too. Baby, he was jealous. So the game is over, and we know already they are going to be having side conversations about what went down at the game. Somebody's going to end up in their feelings and feeling some type of way. And of course, it's Amaya. She feels some type of way because Taylor chose her as the one who's doing the most. And she's like, I'm going to check him on that because guess what? He's besties with Ace. So clearly that's coming from Ace. Huda says that she feels bad for Ace now because she pied him in the face, and she said that she did that because of the way he was laughing at Amaya. Huda, you're starting to get on my final nerve. The people are not happy with you and they're going to vote you out. Now you need to get your shit together. They're saying that Ace is jumping from girl to girl, but girl, how about your relationship? You have this man locked up and tied up in a cage that he cannot talk to anybody. So please be quiet. Meanwhile, the guys are discussing it, and Ace says, Jeremiah, your girl pissed me off because it seemed like she had some kind of personal thing against me. And no, so Nick jumps in and he says, yeah, like she didn't want to pick the person she really wanted to pick, and so she ended up saying Ace, and that didn't make sense. So Jeremiah says, oh, that's interesting. And Nikki's like, I know you don't like the answer because it's your girl, but we all agree that she really didn't want to give the response that she really wanted to, so that she spared somebody's feelings. At this point, Nick is not holding back. He's like, this is my unpopular opinion. I feel like she's a little bit too closed off at this point. And it looks like you're enjoying her company and all, but I think she's the safe pick. Now, please don't tell her I said that. How are you going to tell this man something and then tell him don't say anything? Nick, I'm gonna need you to say it with your chest, Nick. Now, you all know Jeremiah is sensitive. When you start telling him things like that, he's going to start getting into his head and he's not going to be able to process this well. So Huda walks up to where the guys are and she sits next to Ace and she's like, oh, I was just messing with you. And Ace is like, nah, let's go talk about it. Now, you know I don't like people touching me. And then it was the side comments that you were making. I didn't appreciate that. So she's like, oh, I'm sorry about that. I do know you don't like physical touch, so I really do apologize for touching you. But she still ends up touching him. Huda tells Ace that it was between him and Amaya, and she would rather kiss Ace than to kiss Amaya. But when she sat with the girls, she told Amaya that she preferred to pie Ace than to pie her. Now, Huda, it's giving you like Ace. Girl, I don't even know what to say about that. She's like, oh, Amaya is emotional and all, and I don't want to deal with that, and so that's why I picked you. It's nothing personal. Huda, that man just told you he doesn't like physical affection and you keep touching him. Can you keep your hands to yourself and go deal with Jeremiah? And is it just me, but every time I see Huda around Ace, she's always being all over him. Have you all peeped that too, or is it just me? Now, here comes Amaya walking up to the guys and she tells Taylor she wants to have a conversation with her. Now, the moment the guys see her walking up, none of them want to deal with her. None of them want to be around her because she's such a confrontational person and they just don't want to deal with any drama that has to do with Amaya. She brings up Taylor picking her as the one who's doing the most and she's like, what do you mean by that? And so Taylor's like, you're just trying a little too hard for Ace. 1 minute you're saying that you're exploring your connection with other people and we're trying to do something nice for Chelley, and here you are upset whenever Ace is talking to Chelley. So she's telling Taylor, okay, so last night I was saying that I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and make him breakfast, and then I see him hugging Chelley. I asked him if he's going to say goodnight to me and he didn't. He said no. So after everything that has transpired between Ace and I, like, I'm good. You're right. I was trying too hard to fix things. Girl, you had all that energy about you're going to check him, this and that, and now you finally admit that you were doing too much. Okay. So everyone's sitting at the fire pit and Jeremiah walks in. He's sitting. Here comes Huda. She's coming to give him a hug, and baby, he gave her the handshake. He's irritated. He wants nothing to do with Huda. She's like, well, what's wrong with you? And he's like, nothing. She got pissed. She went and sat next to Nick. So she's like, why doesn't Jeremiah want to talk to me? Why does he want to talk to me? And then she gets up and she goes back to Jeremiah. Girl, give the man some space. Let him breathe. So she pulls him and says, no, we need to talk. She's like, what's going on? We need to talk. This is about communication. Something is bothering you. You need to talk to me. He says it has nothing to do with you. And she keeps pressing him to tell her how he's feeling or what's going on in his mind. He finally tells her that the guys have made some comments and that has gotten to him. And she's like, well, if they're saying stuff, then I need to know what it's about. So since she's pressing him so much, he says that some of the guys feel like we have something good and the other guys feel like you're just playing it safe. Huda is pissed off. She's like, why are you confiding in them? You should be speaking to me. I'm your best friend. She is passing, and he's like, girl, I don't want to do the drama, so please take it down a notch. And Huda is just pissed as hell. She keeps going in on him, and you could tell that he's uncomfortable. Now, girl, if you keep going on like that, that man is going to leave you. He's not going to put up with your drama because he already feels like the way you speak to him, it's like you're treating him like a child. And the way you're speaking to him right now in this moment is not even helping it. Now, this is where the episode ends, and the next episode is even steamier because Ace is letting it known that he's all about Chelley, and we see Austin crashing out again. And guess what? We're getting some bombshells. I hope it's two guys this time. Y'all, this is all I have for this episode of Love Island USA, Season 7, Episode 8. Now, I want to know what you think. Guys, I need to know all of your thoughts. Share it with me. Please don't be shy to comment. I want to hear from you. As usual, y'all, go ahead and like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the channel. I have some other recaps coming, y'all. Look out for that, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.